I am the biggest horror movie fan. I will watch anything. I don't care if it's good, I don't care if it's bad. I think it started when I was a kid and my parents would take me to Blockbuster, and I was not allowed in the horror movie aisle, but I loved sneaking in and looking at all the covers for the DVDs. Nobody in my life enjoys them the way that I do, so often I'll go to the theater alone and watch them, which is definitely, I think, the easiest way to feel scared walking back to your apartment is going to see a horror movie by yourself.
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. When I was growing up, I thought the Derby was a national holiday. And actually, my hobby is horseback riding, which is harder than it looks, but you feel really cool when you're doing it. The first time I acted was in my hometown. It was in 4th grade. A teacher wrote a play about Batman trying to find a new sidekick. I played Batman, but I had like a thick accent. Hey, I'm looking for the new Robin. Not my finest work.
I was born in Chicago and lived there for the first bit of my life and then spent my adolescence in Northern California. I think that I energetically fit in more in Chicago. There's like a, I will endure any winter kind of energy. Nothing can break me.
Broken between your legs then.
In line with growing up in California, I really love to hike. The feeling of like getting to the top of something that's like more than 4,000 feet of elevation gain is spectacular.
Guide me over, great Jehovah. My dad was a deacon. He would sing this song every Sunday. The church really impacted me in a way that I don't think I would have gotten it nowhere else. Jehovah. And I can cook.
I'm gonna make some chicken, and I'm gonna make my mom's favorite dish, shepherd's pie.
It's art as well as you're nourishing yourself.
I wish you could taste what I'm tasting right now. If I'm alive, I'm flying. And I ain't seen a bird all day.
I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina. I actually lived right by the beach. The beach is a really fun place to be at night because there's hardly anyone there. And you kind of look out into the night sky and you see the stars and you hear the waves crashing on the seashore, and it's a really beautiful place. The one hobby that I do like is I have a crossword puzzle, like a big book of them, about 200 crosswords. And every time I'm on the subway, I just bring that out and start using the crossword puzzle to kind of pass the time away, you know? I have not missed my subway stop while doing crossword puzzles, but that time is coming, for sure.
Denver is wide, it's open. The Purple Mountain majesty truly reigns there. I think when I'm in New York City, what I miss most is just like being able to see so far in every direction. My favorite thing to do in the world when I'm not acting is skiing. I don't think anything makes me feel as free as skiing, shredding those slopes, the bounce, the freedom, even the lift ride. Every part of it's romantic to me.
I'm known to rant about a few things that I like, and one thing that will really get me going is the pastime or sport of skiing. I love to ski, and I was a ski instructor when I actually got the call to come back to New York City. I was literally in that moment on the top of a mountain, which sounds like a beautiful metaphor, but then I worried that I had peaked, and I have since held tightly to Andre de Shields' wise words that the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next.
Prove you're not afraid of heights. Let's see it.
Prove it.
So keep climbing.
My vegan lasagna, so good. My mom's side is full Italian. I'm a vegan, so I'm kind of a disgrace. My grandmother, she'd be like, here, try a little of this cheese, or like, here, have some of this ice cream. And I'd be like, no, Dodie, no, I can't do that. And she would get so mad at me. Before she passed away, I was able to have her try some of these vegan dishes, but it'd be like silence. And that's when you know she, does not approve.
If I could be a pitcher in the major leagues, I would definitely want to be a starter. Probably my first love in my life is baseball. I grew up a diehard Yankee fan, but I'm also just like a huge fan of the sport in general. I could name you every single World Series winner from about 1968 to now. The 1975 World Series was won by the Cincinnati Reds. 1980, the Philadelphia Phillies. 1985, Kansas City Royals. 1990, Cincinnati Reds. I have my days where I wish I was a starting pitcher for the Yankees, but it's okay. I'm content to be a fan.
I definitely have a passion for makeup. I think makeup is so relaxing and such a creative outlet. I am very inspired by a lot of makeup artists on Instagram and TikTok. I just kind of take what I like and I mix them and make them my own. I go through a phase every 3 months or something where I'm kind of I'm feeling glammed up or something, or I'm feeling really dark and grungy and moody. And so I love how however I feel, whatever place I am in my life, my makeup reflects where I am.
When I was in high school, I was doing this thing called DECA. It's like Shark Tank, basically, and you compete as a high school. We were gonna have a citywide competition to see if you could go to states, and then if you get past states, you go to nationals, and nationals is Disney World. And that was the only reason any of us did this, because we were trying to get Disney World. And I was so excited to just be out of school. The bus stopped. I jumped from the top of the stairs, and I landed on my ankle. I broke my ankle in front of 4 different schools in the city. It was the most embarrassing thing. I was a 3-sport athlete, basketball, football, track. And because of that injury, I couldn't practice any of those sports. And that's actually how I found acting. So, take the jump.
Growing up in a big Greek family, I learned a lot about cooking from grandmothers and my parents. I'm very good at cooking for 8 people. My siblings and I are kind of a catering company. I like doing hobbies that I get to use my hands and actually make something, because theater is so ephemeral, but also being outside. I love kayaking when I'm in Wisconsin. Just all the wildlife and getting to take your time and just kind of go with the water and see so many different things that you can't see on foot or driving. And yeah, those are 2 things I really enjoy.
People say that if you grew up in Queens, you're a little bougie. I didn't ride the subway until I was 14 years old. Everyone in my family has a car. They know how to drive. I don't yet. I really want to learn how to make macaroni ganto for my aunts, which is Haitian's version of macaroni and cheese, but a lot better. You go into someone's home and there's that scent that transports you. I don't know what she puts in it, but that smell, if I could put it in a bottle and spray it all over me. Yeah, so I have to learn it specifically from her.
I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. I actually visited St. Louis for the first time in 5 years this summer. It was amazing because I was going with my partner.
We train when it's time to train.
Why? I was okay, we have 10 days and I have to show you everything about my childhood. The arch is really cool that it exists. It's terrifying to go up in. You go to the top and it's this tiny little hallway with all these windows, and you're so high up and it sways 15 feet in the wind. Literally, I am not joking. It's horrible. Terror, sheer terror. My husband was should we go? And I was no, we should not go, but we can go look at it. And we did.
On the weekends, I would go play the violin down at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. It was something I developed such a love for, but I think as a kid, I felt so much pressure to be perfect at it. My graduation goal for myself is I'm gonna get back into it. I think I had to take some time to take a step back from perfectionism, because now I feel I can go back to it and just explore, and all these violin videos have been coming up on my Instagram For You page too. So I think it's the world telling me, being get back into it. It's time.